What are the things you remember from your childhood?
I remember a countryside with spring onions all over the place and plenty of vegetables. I just don't remember very much about my parents or nothing else. I remember somebody came from behind and blocked my face with a cloth. And I just could see her black hands. And it was just really strong person who squeezed my face. And I just felt very, very wilted. The smell was very, very strong smell. And my body didn't cope with the strength. I just couldn't fight. I was just taken away, and I remember seeing some children behind me crying.
So what happened to you after that abduction?
I think it was a long drive. It was just driving and really feels like it must have been bumpy roads, not very stable. And I think I must have fell asleep or something in between. And it was a long time. And then it was dark. And in the dark, I noticed some men carry me, or two men carry me, and felt some woodlands, a lot of plants. I could feel the brushing my, to my arms. And then they dropped me so quickly. They just really, in a rush, they dropped me there. And I just felt so tired. When I saw them going, I just didn't want them to leave me. I was worried about it. I saw their legs, one was a black one and it was a white man, moving away in shorts. And I just wanted to beg them to come back for me, not to leave me there. I kept very hoping that somebody might come back for me. It never happened. And it was a very horrible time. And didn't know where to go until the daytime came in the morning. And then I sat and cried, and I just didn't do very much. I was really confused, didn't know where to go. Until I don't know how long was it, but I heard a screech noise in the tree, and it was one of the monkeys, just one. And then it came down, one of them, and then the others follow him. And then the one came first, he's staring at me, and he keeps testing me with the finger. He's really quite strong, little monkey, which really, he kept poking at me, and I just didn't want to bother. I just didn't want to move. I just didn't want to do anything. Until some more came, and I felt a little bit better. It's a nice feeling about to see something. In that moment, I just forgot to cry, and I still was frightened about it. They were sort of very pale from the skin, and the eyes were really round, and the face was bright like a beige, cream brown, pale brown color. And they were really fast, they're very speedy. I just remember the little eyes, they're just very rounded eyes, and it's quick in noise. They keep looking at and staring. And then they go bored with me. I don't think I wanted to do anything. They just went. And they keep coming back. They keep going and coming back. I did try to get closer to them. They didn't push me away. Well, I mean, I don't know, a few weeks or months, I have no idea, but finally they accept me. And I felt like I was part of them, this group. And I just began to climb trees with them. And I did become quite good eventually. I managed to climb a tree with great difficulties. And I just sat with them at the top. They never pushed me away. And sometimes they used to come and pick things in my ears, behind my ears. So they're just looking for things on me to eat. After a while, they became used to me. And suddenly one of them landed to my shoulders. Believe me, that was fantastic. Because when you isolate for days or weeks, it's just a nice feeling on my shoulders. It's a comfort. It was for me. And I just began to forget who is coming for me. I just didn't bother anymore about it. Because they began to come more often, and I was more included. And for me, that was a very comfort moment.
What did you eat and drink?
Plenty water and leaves, but to be honest, I was feeling hungry. I was beginning to feel quite fancy something to eat, but I didn't know what to eat except the water. And I noticed the monkeys used to eat things. They keep eating something, and I keep watching where they're getting this food, and it just took me days to find out where they're getting the food. Except that one of them was a very good one. He used to go when some Indian people used to fall asleep, and they used to hear the sound of people falling asleep. And he went in the room very quiet, and he grew a lot of food out of this room with huge amounts of fruit. And he used to carry so much that he dropped it. And that was the first time I came out and found a banana or other things, and I picked it up quickly, but you better move, because if you don't, they take it away quickly. So I learned to eat as fast as I could, always. They used to eat berries and things. And some of them were really delicious, but some of them were really very acid. Not very nice, but you get to know the berries. Eventually I became familiar with them, how they were getting the food. I had to learn to recognize the sounds.
So you've learned to recognize the sounds they would make and
Yes.
communicate back to them in
It took me a while, but each sound, the screechy one, you have to really be careful. You have to hide away. Many sounds means something. The danger one is the screechy, is the louder one. And then the whistle one is the food one. And each sound have some different things, but it took me a while to get used to it. I just learned from watching what they were doing when every time I hear the sound.
Did you ever had any issues because of the fruits you ate, or anything you ate that was poisonous or anything like that?
I did eventually after a while. It was quite a long time when I found a tree where they had a little velvety brown, nice, like a broad bean, like. And it had a sticky fruit inside, and it was very delicious. I just kept eating and eating and eating. I was hungry. And but none of them seems to be interested. None of the monkeys took it away, so I had quite my share. Until hours later, I noticed my stomach. I was feeling really dizzy, very unwell. And I was just looking at the grandpa monkey, we just I don't have nobody else to go to, but I was just crying my eyes out because the pain was really excruciating. Until he just walked towards me, and I wasn't sure what he's going to do. And then he came close up and then he pushed me, like he was cross with me, and I became afraid. I had no idea what he was going to do, but he put me into a pond of water, which was not very pleasant. He just forcing me again. And I think I had my strength, and I just jumped out, and I was just feeling very sick. And I vomit, and I vomit. Until I look at his face, and I just felt something about his eyes. He didn't want to do me harm. He just stand there looking at me in peace, and he's staring at me like I didn't feel frightened anymore. I felt something he's trying to do with me, and I didn't understood. But, after I felt sick, I felt better. And I just, stand up. I thought he was going to take me back into he didn't. He just left me there, and then he just went away. And I understood that moment. I never forget.
Whilst you were in the jungle, have you ever seen any people?
Yes, sometimes we used to see some people stealing animals, and it was terrifying. I was just looking behind the branches inside of this tree. I decided not to come out. I didn't fancy come out there because I thought they're going to put me into the sack with the animals. I just didn't fancy doing that. And I never came out. I never let anybody see me. I used to see a black soldier occasionally with a black gun and black wellies or boots or something. And he was standing in front of the tree, and he didn't realize I was behind there, because I thought he was one of the people who went to put me into the sack if I would come out.